The Revenge of the Cursed Spirit. Near the village of Rampur, there was a dense forest known as the Devil's Forest. This forest was filled with ancient stories and secrets. Villagers believed that an evil spirit haunted the forest and that anyone who entered never returned. At night, strange screams and someone's cries could be heard from the forest, but no one dared to ask who the spirit was or what it wanted. In this village, there lived a young man named Vikram, who often laughed at the villagers' fears and superstitions. He believed it was all just folk tales. One night, he told his friend Arjun, "Come on, let's uncover the mystery of this forest and prove to everyone that there's nothing to fear." Arjun was hesitant, but eventually agreed to join him. As they ventured into the forest under the cover of darkness, an eerie silence enveloped the air around them. At first, everything seemed normal, but gradually, an unnatural chill began to settle over them. Arjun whispered, "Vikram, let's go back. Something doesn't feel right." But Vikram kept moving forward. In the heart of the forest, they found an old, broken temple. Inside, there was a statue of a fierce-looking woman holding a sword, her face a blend of anger and sorrow. A lone, ancient oil lamp flickered dimly in the temple, casting eerie shadows with each gust of wind. Suddenly, they heard footsteps behind them. Arjun, terrified, asked, "Who's there?" When they turned around, a woman in white was standing there. Her clothes were tattered, her face haunting and fearsome, and her eyes burned with vengeance. She walked toward them slowly, saying, "My name is Kamini. The villagers betrayed me, burned me alive in this forest, but now I've returned to seek my revenge." Vikram stammered, "Why did they kill you?" Kamini's face twisted in pain and anger as she replied, "I was in love with the village chieftain, but he deceived me. One night, he brought me to this forest and burned me alive. I will not rest until everyone involved in my death pays the price." With that, Kamini's figure vanished, but her cries echoed in their ears. Vikram and Arjun ran, but Arjun tripped over a tree root and fainted. Vikram managed to lift him and ran back to the village. The villagers were horrified when they heard the story, saying, "She's the same spirit that seeks revenge." After that night, strange events began to plague the village. People who had once ventured near the forest started dying mysteriously, one by one. Some were found dead in their homes with no apparent cause, while others disappeared without a trace. Vikram knew he had to confront her spirit to put an end to it. An old sage in the village, Baba Rudra, was believed to be knowledgeable in black magic and exorcisms. Vikram approached him, explaining everything. Baba said, "Her spirit will never rest until her last rites are performed. You must take her charred remains back to the temple and perform her final rites. But be cautious, she will try to lure you." Baba gave Vikram some sacred soil and a trident, saying, "These will protect you, but don't be afraid and keep your resolve strong." That night, Vikram returned to the forest, but this time, he wasn't alone. Baba accompanied him as they prepared to end her spirit's curse. As soon as they reached the temple, Kamini's terrifying figure reappeared. She screamed with fury, "You will never let me rest. Now I will kill you all." Without hesitation, Baba began chanting and raised his trident toward her. Kamini's spirit shrieked, "Why did you abandon me? Why did no one understand my pain?" Slowly, her form began to fade. Vikram and Baba gathered her burned remains and set them alight in the temple. Gradually, her terrifying presence disappeared, and her cries faded into silence Baba said, "Now she has found peace from her pain. Her spirit is free." Peace returned to the village, but that forest and temple would forever remind everyone of that horrifying night. Vikram learned that some secrets are better left buried, and that certain fears are meant to be respected.